Listen, Pastor Haynes.
Yes, sir, Rickey Smiley.
Man, I know you got a good word this morning. Good morning to you.
Good morning to you, man. I love this because there's a line in here in which she says, the stone that the builder rejected, she goes to that rock. I love that because it lets us know that rejection is something that all of us are going to experience. Have you ever felt kicked to the curb? Have you ever felt a door shut in your face? Have you ever been made to feel that you were unwanted? Here's what this song says. The stone the builder rejected, and of course in Scripture it means the rejected stone became the cornerstone. That means the rejected stone became the most important, the most valuable stone. And so for someone listening right now who has known the heartbreak, the devastation of being rejected, this song lets us know that rejection can be used for your redirection. I like that right there. Someone rejected you. No, God redirected you to something bigger and better. And so never allow what someone has done to you to have the last word on you. Why? Because they have no sense of what your real value is. They rejected you. Watch it. The rejected stone is really within it a cornerstone. It's just that the rejected stone was in the wrong hands. And if you've been in the wrong hands, they don't recognize your value. They don't recognize what you bring. And so as a consequence, I'd rather be in the right hands than the wrong hands. So in the wrong hands, let me go. It means that the right hands now have room for my life. And so I'm simply saying to someone listening right now, when you go to the rock, you recognize that the rock, here it is, has been rejected. And the message is, the revelation is that rejection is for our redirection, and never let someone's estimate of your value be your estimate for you. Why? Because your value is within you. It's not based on what other people think about you, do to you, or say to you. Your value is based on what God thinks about you. And when you go to the rock, you know that rejection is for your redirection.
Man, that's beautiful. Pastor Haynes, ladies and gentlemen, the senior pastor of Friendship West Missionary Baptist Church. Pastor Haynes, let everybody know how they can find you.
Yes, sir, Ricky. You can follow me on social media. I'm on Twitter and Instagram at FH Unscripted. I'm on Facebook, Frederick D. Haynes, and check out my YouTube channel. It's Frederick Haynes.
There it is. Love you, Pastor Haynes.
Love you, Ricky. Thank you, man. Thank you.
News headlines,
entertainment, sports. It's the front page on the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
That song made me want to just go blow some bubbles.
It is a happy song, man.
Super Day.
I'm blowing bubbles now.
And don't play that no more happy song playing ass. Early in the morning, happy song, I love your smile playing ass. You don't get Bank, come run the board, because I'm not going to put up with this morning.
Next thing he gonna be playing, don't worry, be happy now.
Okay. I just want to jump rope and blow bubbles and run. Super Day, what you drunk this morning? He woke up happy playing your smile. And we tired.
I'm married. That's all I got right now.
Okay. I am not mad at you, Super Day.
My wife told me to play that. My wife told me to play that, Rocky. She did say, play that for me.
Okay, you can play it, but don't play it first, though, Dave. Play it later in the show. All right. The time right now is 11 minutes after the hour. Eva, good morning.
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone. What a beautiful Tuesday. I'm Eva Marcille here with a look at your front page news. Hurricane Sally is slowly moving towards the Gulf Coast and headed further east than first predicted. It's now expected to hit near Alabama-Mississippi state line rather than Louisiana, but the entire Gulf Coast is feeling the effect. Forecasters are warning of potential deadly storm surges, flash flooding, and possible tornadoes. So while there is a hurricane in the southeast, historic record-breaking wildfires continue to spread in the West. President Trump visited California yesterday, where he continued to deny the scientific claim climate control and change has anything to do with the fires. Also, Andrew Gillum, Florida's Democratic nominee for governor in 2018, appeared on the Taryn Hall show yesterday where he admitted publicly that he was bisexual. The 41-year-old Gillum, who's married with 3 young children, was said to be found passed out drunk in a hotel room with 2 men in March of this year. His wife said Gillum told him before they were married 11 years ago that he was in fact bisexual. And last, a belated birthday shout out goes to Mr. Lawrence Brooks in New Orleans. Brooks, a black man, is the oldest U.S. World War II veteran and received more than 10,000 birthday cards from around the world for his, get this, Ricky, 111th birthday this past Saturday.
What?
Happy birthday,
Wow.
Mr. Brooks. All right, that was a quick look at your front page news. For more, log on to the Rickey Smiley Morningshow.com. Rock teasy, oh sheezy. Let's take a look at sports.
Yes, indeedy, man. Well, we had a doubleheader yesterday in Monday Night Football. The Pittsburgh Steelers beat the New York Giants. Ben Roethlisberger, quarterback, looked pretty good, man. It is what it is. Tennessee knocks off Denver. Of course, your boy Big Henry rolled for 115 yards. Rick Dog. Still no fans in the stands. That's still kind of weird to see, but everybody's watching on television, so it is what it is. NFL safety Eric Reed is calling the NFL social justice campaign this season half-hearted and at best diabolical, pretty much disgraceful. Commissioner Roger Goodell has admitted he was wrong for not listening to the players earlier, but still has not called Colin Kaepernick and apologized to him directly. He feels all this support from the NFL is a PR stunt only. And keep in mind, Colin Kaepernick still is unsigned. Not on nobody's team. He's got a point, man. He's got a point.
It's absolutely right. You know, you can look right there. You don't feel like that's genuine and sincere. Like the NBA is making a real effort to bring attention to social justice. This stuff with the NFL and stuff, they're not serious. They're not serious.
Yeah, that's a good point.
TV money.
You got so much money you can throw out there and support these Black Lives Matters organizations. You can think, okay, well, we're supporting. See, look what we're doing. We're letting our players take knees. We're letting our players hold up signs, stop racism.
Right.
But at the end of the day, you know, Colin Kaepernick still haven't gotten an apology from you, and he's still unsigned. So, hey, man, we still got a lot of work to do. So there it is. So that's what I got in sports. What's up there, Gary?
All right, y'all. Congratulations to LaToya Luckett, y'all, on the arrival of her beautiful baby boy, y'all. Now, the singer and her husband, Thomas Walker, welcomed their son recently. Now, they're saying LaToya took to her Instagram to announce the baby news. His name is Tyson Wolf Walker. Now, the single caption under a photo of the baby boy's feet revealing that he arrived at 4:30 a.m. and he weighed, y'all, 9 pounds and 7 ounces, y'all. She said, thank you, Heavenly Father, y'all. Now, a few weeks ago, they were saying fans feared, y'all, that LaToya had gone into premature labor after Walker shared an Instagram post in which he told his supporters that he hoped his wife would carry their son, y'all, into full term, which she really did, and everybody's excited about that. But now they're saying LaToya assured her social media followers that she was still pregnant and patiently awaiting, y'all, the arrival of her son and Thomas' son. Now they're saying Thomas, y'all, this is which was really touching, that they say he even gave y'all a tour of his unborn son's closet, in which y'all, they're saying that the expectant father gave fans a snippet of his baby boy's wardrobe. And they're saying Walker also told his social media followers that he could not wait, y'all, hear this, to meet his son upon his arrival. Isn't that touching? So people wonder if the mistress sent the baby a gift, because, you know, since she got a chance to see the tour of the baby closet. You know, sometimes people do that.
Did they get back? You think they got back together?
Well, they said evidently he was there and stuff like that during the arrival, so I guess she probably did get back with him and stuff or whatever. But he wouldn't have been giving no damn tour of my baby closet to let that help her know. Yeah, your gift is in the closet. What?
Why not?
Because that's how women get to see. Oh, did he get my gift? Let me show you. I'm gonna give a tour in the closet, because you can't come to the house and look your outfit right there. Look your outfit right there that you bought, Quisha. So But anyway,
who is Quisha?
Quisha is the mistress, allegedly. Yeah, she wanted to see her gift and stuff up in the closet. So he gave a tour. He wouldn't have gave no damn tour if it was my child.
And you think he did that for the gram?
You know he did that for the gram. If he was that damn excited to wait upon the arrival, he would have been there with her, not over at Quisha's house.
He was
anyway.
Carrie. Congratulations goes out to LaToya and her husband.
Oh, congratulations, LaToya and baby.
Y'all know not to cheat on Gary. Believe
ever.
Believe that. He taking that. You can apologize. Been faithful for 20 years. He taking that to his grave forever.
No,
right,
you better
You
know.
don't let nothing go, do you?
No.
In the casket.
The color today is ivory. On the high end, you say ivory, and on the low, you say beautiful light yellow. That's your color for today. Brad, what you got coming up in the hot spot?
Coming up in the hot spot, y'all, Kanye West wants a public apology, and Dancing with the Stars kicked off last night. I'm going to tell you all about it up next in the hot spot. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The hot spot.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
So hot and
You can catch me at the hot spot.
It's the BR18.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show is the bottom of the hour. It's time for the hot spot. What up, Brett?
What up, Ricky? Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat Tat, and this is the hot spot where we bring you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing. Last night, Kanye tweeted that he is no longer releasing music until he's done with his contract with Sony and Universal. He said, I need to see everybody's contracts at Universal and Sony. I'm not going to watch my people be enslaved. I'm putting my life on the line for people. The industry and the
campaigning for Donald Trump.
Oh, okay. The music industry and the NBA are modern-day slave ships, and I'm the new Moses. He said he wants a public apology from J. Cole and Drake to start with immediately. He said he is Nat Turner, and he is fighting for us. He said he's waiting to get a meeting with Jay-Z. Then he later tweeted, my bad, I meant Sean. No disrespect to my big bro. He went on tweeting, I have the utmost respect for all brothers. We need to link and respect each other. No more dissing each other on labels we don't own. I'm not industry, bro. I don't care. I'm in service to Christ. We need world healing. I miss my brothers. I refuse to argue with black men on labels we don't own. Even Twitter. What y'all think?
You need to go somewhere and take his medicine.
And take a long nap and a break from social media.
Yes. Someone needs to take his phone.
Okay, take his phone. Moving on, y'all. Dancing Up with the Stars kicked off last night with the new host, and a number of changes the ABC show sought to fit the coronavirus protocol. So Tyra Banks took over as the host after producers opted to replace longtime staple Tom Bergeron. And Derek Huff sat in last night as a judge because the other judge, Lynn Goodman, couldn't fly from London to the U.S. Due to COVID or whatever. Anyway, the centerpiece among the contestants, y'all, was animal activist Carol Baskin.
Yes.
Okay, you know she was made famous and notorious by the Netflix series Tiger King. Well, she danced to Survivor's Eye of the Tiger, of course. Wouldn't she dance to that? And she garnered the lowest score of the night. Yes, she did. But meanwhile, y'all, this is the part right here. The family of Baskin's missing husband made a plea for help just as she hit the dance floor. Ooh, in the commercial that aired during the premiere.
Baby.
Yes, they did. Don Lewis's three daughters, Gail, Linda, and Donna, as well as the former assistant Ann, they wanted information regarding his disappearance to come forward. Their lawyers said Don Lewis mysteriously disappeared in 1997, and his family deserves answers. They deserve justice. And if you know who did this, or if Carol Baskin was involved, let them know. Of course, she's accused of murdering Lewis. On the Netflix series, they talked about it. And, Lord have mercy. To this day, she denies that she had anything to do with his death or anything like that. So now, you know, when you come to the limelight, people, they gonna bring out your skeletons. All them bones, you better, if you did it, I hope it's covered up good, because they finna get you, Carol.
Man.
That Carol Baskin.
Carol Baskin.
Yeah, Carol Baskin. All right, y'all, that's gonna wrap up the hot spot. Coming up next, we got Special K with the news you absolutely positively cannot use. Carol Baskin.
Wow.
And in the meantime, in between time, y'all hit us up for the wake-up calls at 1-866-9-RICKY. That's 1-866-9-RICKEY. I know you want to say something, Ricky. What?
None. I'm laughing at you.
It's 26 minutes before the top of the hour, y'all. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
You liar! I believe him, yo. I don't know why, but I do.
All right, Rickey Smiley Morning Show. It is about that time for news you positively absolutely cannot use. What up, Special K?
All right, what up, Rick? Well, you know, I'm not just here to irritate and aggravate. I'm also here every morning to educate. And this morning, I'm talking to the gentlemen out there. Fellas, turn the radio up, get rid of all distractions. I need some background music for this one, Dave. Fellas, get rid of all distractions. I need some background music. Now, we're going to talk about the list of men that can permanently end your relationship.
Don't use that music because they might add it to the playlist.
Yes.
Please don't give him no more ideas. He just got through playing downtown.
Yes. Oh no, we ain't gonna add "She Used to Be My Girl" to the playlist. This is particularly for this bit. Now, my staff did a study. Now, if your woman cheats on you with pro athletes, these are the most dangerous ones that you cannot, I repeat, cannot come back from. Your relationship is over. My staff did a study, and our research shows that the most survivable men that cheat with your woman that you can come back from are baseball players overall, with the exception of shortstops, second basemen, and center fielders. If one of them get a hold of your girl, okay, you might have a problem. Every other position, you can probably get through that with some counseling. Now, NFL players is where the irreversible damage is done. This is and it's NFL season, so this is top of mind. Fellas, if your girl get caught up with one of these dudes, it's just over with. I don't care how many kids you got. I don't care how good you get along with her mama. It's over with. We're going to start with wide receivers in general. They're very dangerous because they're tall, they're lanky, they have a lot of wind, they have a lot of stamina, and they're usually in very, very, very good physical condition. So you want to worry about wide receivers.
They done killed her to no return.
Now tight ends, but wide receivers in general. Wideouts.
Tight ends gain weight after they retire.
Exactly. Now you don't really have to worry about quarterbacks so much. You would think that, oh man, if a quarterback get a hold of my girl, I got a problem. No, because they tend to have a lot on their mind. They studying a lot. They spending a lot of time in their playbook. So they pretty much gonna hit and run. A quarterback gonna hit and run. Now, you also want to worry about defensive backfield. If a guy plays in the defensive backfield and get a hold of your girl, especially now if it's a cornerback, you want to hope that a cornerback get a hold of it, because cornerbacks tend to be normal-sized dudes. You know, you got cornerbacks out there that's my size. They ain't going to do too much damage. You know, they're going to bring her back kind of the way they found her. However, if a free safety or a strong safety get a hold of your girl, it might not last another 24 hours because these guys are killers. They are very well put together. They tend to be 6'2", between 6'2" and 6'4". They tend to be solid muscle. And they do a lot of weight work, and they have very strong upper body strength. So they're gonna put some punishment on your girl that she ain't gonna forget no time soon. It's gonna be hard for her to come back.
Get these 3 minutes back.
I'm telling Rick. I'm giving some. Ricky, listen. You might not have to worry about this.
Well, if you don't take your ass back to bed with this garbage,
Ricky. Okay, I'm trying to do a public service out here.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to do a public service out here.
You should have put that in the front page. You should have let Eva read that.
I'm trying to do a public service out here. These men need to know this.
They need to know it, but not right now.
Okay, I'm telling you.
You could have tweeted that.
I'm telling you. Okay.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show, baby.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the T. It's Gary, baby.
All right, y'all. Rickey Smiley Morning Show. The time right now is 5 minutes after the hour. Gary has the tea and the clue today. What up, Gary?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning, you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. They're saying some people, y'all, just landing the chance, y'all, to kiss Beyonce, honey. They say it would be a dream come true. But Jamie Foxx, y'all, saying locking lips with the singer wasn't something that he particularly enjoyed taking part of. Now, they're saying following the release of the celebrity's 2006 film Dreamgirls, they're saying y'all that Jamie Foxx revealed, y'all, that his on-screen kiss with Beyonce wasn't something that he found himself reeling over. They're saying, in fact, honey, they say locking lips with the singer was far from pleasurable for the actor, as the thought of her being somebody else's woman didn't sit well with him, y'all. And a lot of people saying, why is he talking like that? I mean, Beyonce is the queen of all things.
Feel comfortable kissing Beyonce and knowing you listen to Jay-Z and Jay-Z sitting over there in the corner looking at you, and then if you find any joy out of it, then that ain't being loyal to your friend. That's a hard job.
Well, guess what? You took a big check, and some people say maybe he's used to doing, because, Jamie, it's known for having European lips on his, and maybe he just wasn't used to that. kissing black lips. And that's
a full set of lips.
I don't know. That's what people saying. So, but nevertheless, I don't think that's a good look to say it because Beyonce. I mean, that's making some people say, well, did she have halitosis or what?
No.
What was it? Why he didn't like that? Most of people would like it.
Eva, don't everybody chew gum before a kissing scene?
Absolutely. At least take a Surt or spray some breath mints, but you definitely get that mouth together.
Okay.
But this is Beyonce, like the story said, honey. Most men, how could Jamie, first of all, people die to kiss Beyonce.
I mean, that is hard because it ain't going to go no farther than that. So what you going to get excited and start feeling anything for? That's Beyonce. She with Jay-Z. So what you getting excited or halfway happy for? You just trying to do a good job. You can get that part over with.
Yeah, well, we didn't hear that about Katie Holmes' lips, honey. He loved kissing hers. Ain't nobody said nothing about
because
that.
Because that was his girl.
Oh, my God.
Well, we just going to pray, honey. Pope Beyonce, I feel so bad. All right, y'all. Moving on, honey. Another celebrity news, y'all. Everybody's talking. Did you watch Tamara Hall yesterday? They're saying she's going to be the next Oprah. Well, Tamara Hall had former Tallahassee Mayor Andrew Gillum on the show, y'all. And, he came out and, he was talking about some things that a lot of people didn't know about, but some people were shocked about. But here's an excerpt from what was said.
Everyone believes the absolute worst about that day. At this stage, I don't have anything else to have to conceal. I literally got broken down to my most bare place, to the place where I wasn't even sure that I wanted to live, not because of what I had done, but because of everything that was being said about me. What was most hurtful was this belief that I was somehow living a lie in my marriage and in my family. I believe we're all entitled to mistakes. And I believe we're entitled to those mistakes without having every other respectable and redeeming part of our lives invalidated.
Yes, that was so sad. His wife was on as well, and if y'all don't remember the story, he was the ex-Tallahassee mayor, and, he was found in a room with some male Caucasian escorts. And, and he was running for governor. And, and he talked about his bisexuality. And, his wife allegedly knew about it and all that stuff. But they just didn't want the world to know about it. But when he got caught with those white queens, it came out. And so, a lot of people,
The world didn't deserve to know that man's personal business. Him and his wife are very clear on who he is. That's no one else's business.
Yeah, it's nobody's business, but it's nobody's business. But when you get caught and it get put out there, and they put pictures of you out on social media laying on the floor naked, which he said those pictures was out there, nobody knew about them. How did they get that? Because he didn't consent to them. Well, yeah, that is a sad story though. But a lot of things. I have a friend that from Florida, and he was saying that a lot of people in Florida were saying, well, they're glad that he came out as bisexual and not as the governor. But it was just it was a sad thing. But he opened up about his struggles with mental health and alcohol abuse, y'all, after losing the 2018 governor's race to Republican Ron DeSantis. So I mean, it was an interesting story though. Yeah, I'm surprised they talked about it. But I guess he had to talk about it. Eventually maybe he may run for office again because, like they say, people do get a second chance.
Well, one of the things you have to do, and probably early in the beginning, you disarm people. You talk about whatever it is that you struggling with, and get it out there and disarm people. So when it comes out again, people are like, oh, we know about that. That ain't nothing. You know
exactly.
What I'm saying? But for real, I mean, but at the same time, it ain't nobody's business. I agree with Eva, but just one way, to disarm people is just having a conversation. That's if that's what you choose to do. But I'm really with Eva. It really ain't nobody's business, right. And it has nothing to do with him being the governor or him being the mayor or policies or things that he's done in the community to help people and all that stuff. What about all the great things that Andrew Gillum has done to help people? And the first African-American Democratic nominee for the state of Florida that almost won if they wouldn't have stole the election. Hey.
Yeah. Well, we're just going to keep all parties lifted up in prayer, honey. And, like you said, I mean, a family that pray together, stay together. So right now,
Gary, you never officially came out yet, have you?
No, because I'm not gay or straight, honey. I'm confused. The color today is one of my favorite colors. My color today is ivory. On the high end, you say ivory. And on the low, just say beautiful light yellow. That's your color for today. And there you have that for me.
You confused there.
I'm confused, so honey.
All right, I got your wake-up call. Get at me, 866-9 Rickey Smiley Morning Show. All right. Hey, here we go.
calling from Akron, Ohio. I want to wake up my wife, Pierre Carpenter, my baby, Hanaya. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Good morning. This is Renee calling from Augusta, Georgia. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yo, this is comedian Grave Digger. I want to wake up my cousin, Kaminsky Bryson, from South Hydrant, Wisconsin. Just wake up, wake up, wake up.
Yeah, this is Billy from H-Town. Want to wake up Extramees, Andrea, Zariah, and Shakivia. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
My name is AJ. I'm calling from Decatur, Alabama. Just want to tell everybody, wake up, get them some money today. And what's happening, Ricky?
Hey, what up, player?
What's yours? Because we gon' let them know. When you at Portland, wake up. And Charlotte, wake up. And Raleigh, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Come on, Baltimore, wake up. And Nashville, wake up. Indianapolis, wake up. Wake up, wake up, wake up.
I appreciate it, Brett. All right, y'all, it's about that time. Church in 60 seconds with Pastor Fred.
Pastor Fred. Oh, beautiful. For spacious skies.
All right, now.
For amber waves of the rain.
Take your time.
For purple mountains, majesties. Above the fruited plain.
Yeah.
Now, this is, wait a minute, America. America.
Yeah.
God shed his grace on thee. And crown my good with brotherhood.
From what?
From sea to shining sea. Receivers. And all stimulus check receivers. You know, Brother Ricky, it hurts my heart that democracy has been reduced to childish tweets and idle threats. America's not a country club, but a nation of flawed people who combine our talents to make each other better.
Oh, yeah.
A place where a single mother can rise out of the ashes of despair.
Yes.
A determined brother can
now.
go from driving a trash truck to owning a trash company. This land is your land.
Your land.
Wow.
This land is my land.
Yes.
From California to the New York Island. From the Redwood Forest to the Gulf Stream waters. This land. This land.
Right now.
Was made for you and me.
Yeah, it is, y'all. The way.
Salute you. Follow me at the real Pastor Fred. Cause I live in America.
Hey, y'all give it up for Pastor Fred.
Pastor Fred.
Black Tony, where you at? You coming to work today or what?
I'm stuck. You all that rain. You hear all that rain falling, boy. I can't go nowhere like this, y'all.
I mean, what stop you from coming? Everybody else came to work.
Cause you might not have that problem because you rich. But look, son, my grandma had me to go to the store before I came to work. And she said, go to the store, you need to get some stuff because we can have breakfast. And I came to the store, son, and now I'm first grade.
What?
I'm real first grade.
What?
Because I can't get out the car. I got the whole grocery list. I can't even get out the car, son. Because my window don't stay up, and I got to hold it up with my hand. Because you know, you ever had your car where the window don't stay up, and you got to hold it up with your hand while you driving?
Absolutely.
You ever did that?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Absolutely.
Sir.
Yeah, that one on me. That one on the one right now. Hold it. But it rained cat dogs and everything.
So you can't get out.
If I get out the car side, my window gonna go down, and my car gonna get wet, and then I'm gonna get electrocuted when I try to crank it up.
Yeah, that's a good point, Rick.
No, Rocky.
You can't mess the interior up either, dog.
No, right. You're an enabler. I mean, everybody else had to come to work.
You feel me now?
No, I don't feel you. Like say what, Rock?
I respect that, bro, because you can't mess up the interior, and you got power windows, and you can't let all that get wet.
Yeah.
So Rock T. No, I need to challenge your enablers. So every single day for the past 3 years, the dude done called in sick and they have not come to work every day, and all the excuses was good, Rock T.
Listen, man, I'm one of them dudes that I don't tolerate excuses, but I'm gonna ride with Tony till the wheels come off, bro.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show reminds you one vote can make the difference. Report any attempts of voter suppression by calling 866-OUR-VOTE. That's 866-OUR-VOTE.
Hey, somebody need to take this man's phone right here. RoyWoodJr.com. Check it out.
Hello?
Hey, put Louise on the phone.
Who's this?
This is Sean.
Sean who?
This is Sean, Leon's brother.
Yeah?
I just need to ask you a favor real quick. I just got off the phone with Aisha, your daughter.
Yeah?
Now, I know things ain't working out between Aisha and, and my brother. Aisha and Leon, they working on that divorce.
Look, let me tell you something. Leon wasn't right.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't want to hear nothing.
No,
I haven't gotten into it. It's between her and Leon.
Baby, I ain't even calling about the marriage. I don't care nothing about them. I'm calling about something totally different, baby. Calm down.
What you talking about?
Baby, I'm calling out. Me and Leon, we went down to the boat dealership. I want to get me a bass boat. It's a Bassmaster 3 R15,000. It's got a high-tech motor engine. It's fiber optic. It's got Wi-Fi and a PlayStation 3 in the dash.
Yeah.
Now, I done went to go get everything straightened out, got the financing, and Leon go to co-sign, and the boat people ain't gonna let my brother co-sign because your daughter put him on child support. Now,
Hey, let me ask you a damn question. What is she supposed to do? Is she supposed to try to take care of them 3 kids by herself? And he do nothing?
Baby, don't holler at me, please. I ain't hollered at you, please. I'm being very respectful, Louise.
She didn't make them 2 babies by herself.
Look, Leon gonna do right by them children. Now,
Well, he hasn't been doing right so far.
Well, see, I called Aisha to take him off the child support so he can go on co-sign, and that's why I was calling you.
You know what? You blowing smoke up somebody's ass there.
Talk to your daughter then, and get her to take my brother off the child support so we can get this shit straightened out. Your daughter's blocking on me for some nonsense that I ain't even got nothing to do with.
If you don't get your punk ass off my phone with this bullshit, I'll come down there and snatch your ass ball.
Say what?
Don't say what. You're not telling me nothing about talk to Aisha about no fucking child support when... Oh, man, you better get off my phone. You don't know me.
I will come slap your ass. Don't threaten me. Now,
I'll chop your damn head off and stick it up your damn nose, motherfucker. Who you think you are? And you call in here with this bullshit? I'll come down there and stomp on your motherfucking liver for you.
Baby, I work at Cracker Barrel over there off the freeway.
I don't give a...
Baby, just let me... Louise, quit cussing now, baby. Just shut the up and hear me out, baby. What would Jesus... What would Jesus do, baby?
Slap your crazy.
Let me talk to you. I'm going to give Leon a job.
Is this Roy Jr., whatever his name is?
God, you caught me.
Wow. Stomp on that liver.
What you say? Oh, man. Take your head off and stick it up your nose. Your nose.
Gary, what you got coming up next?
Coming up next, y'all, there's no love for the princess, y'all. We're going to talk about that next. Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Hold it. He's half man, half woman. It's Gary. I wanna hip you to the teeth. It's Gary, baby.
All right, 7 minutes after the hour, y'all, the segment's being bodied by Ford, doing what's needed for over a century. Built for America. Built Ford proud. Ford. Gary, what up?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, America. Good morning to you. It's Tuesday, a beautiful, beautiful day in the neighborhood. And here's what's happening in celebrity news, y'all. It's being reported, y'all, that there will be no love for the princess. And that's princess love, y'all. The shocking story is out, y'all. It's being reported, y'all, that Ray J has filed, y'all, for divorce from his beautiful wife, Princess Love. Now, according to TMZ, they're saying, y'all, that the Love and Hip Hop Hollywood star filed yesterday, citing irreconcilable differences. Now, they're saying that Princess, y'all, first filed back in May, but then but the two reconciled over the summer, and they had been living separate, y'all, for a year after she claimed that he left her and their beautiful daughter Melody stranded in Las Vegas while she was pregnant 8 months with their other child, Epic, their son Epic. So now it's been reported, y'all, that Ray J it's like he tricked her. Okay, I'm gonna come back home and be nice. We can get along and love together and all that stuff, and went right behind her back and filed for divorce, y'all. Y'all gotta watch these men, because the men are getting a little bit more smarter now than what they used to be back in the day. They doing tricks now, honey. So you thinking they being nice and all sweet and stuff, but they getting you, honey. So y'all, let's keep Princess Love lifted up in our prayer, y'all, with her 2
Hold on, so it was a
Melody.
surprise, Gary?
Yeah, she didn't know he, honey, because they got back together.
Ooh.
He got back together with her, honey, and then he went back and filed on her, y'all. They got a beautiful 2-year-old daughter, Melody, and an 8-month-old son, Epic. So Let's keep our parties lifted up in the prayer, y'all. And while we're praying, y'all, let's continue to pray. Do y'all watch the show Real Housewives of Potomac? Does anybody watch that? Ricky, you watch that?
I do.
You watch it too, Brad? I watch. I love it. Well, anyway, y'all, Real Housewives of Potomac star, y'all, Ashley Darby. Y'all know Ashley. She's the African American married to the European man. She revealed, and he's allegedly been cheating on her, y'all. She just had a baby, now she pregnant again, and that was clever. But nevertheless, y'all, she revealed, y'all, that she smells her husband's underwear, y'all, to check whether he's been cheating on her. Yes, and that's a friend of mine does that with his friend. He smells his body part to make sure he didn't cheat.
And if he did, what you gonna do?
Well, you need to leave him or do something, honey, because, I mean, you don't stay there, but she's still with him, though. But she said, quote, as far as I know, honey, everything is well. She said, that's why I'm a little unsure. She said, I don't just ask questions. She said, I read emails, text messages, and she said, I sniff underwear, everything. She said, since I met him, she said, one time.
It smelled like hand washing soap. You know we lazy.
All side chicks use ivory.
Yeah, just gonna go and get that little hand washing soap and stand at the sink and be done.
But if you gotta do that much, if you have to smell and check, like who wants to be with someone they don't trust?
Yeah, well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. Even she needs to do it. I mean, just let him know I'm not dumb, honey. Even though I'm still with you, but I ain't dumb. I know what you're doing or whatever and stuff. I mean, so she has to do that. And I mean, and a lot of people doing that now. You got to smell. But then, like Ricky and Special K was just saying, which is something that men do. So y'all got to be aware of that. Women, they could tell her, baby, my wife used ivory, so have some ivory over here at your house.
It's too fresh.
I know I shouldn't say this, but we got them dude wipes. They got them wipes. The company is called Dude, and they got the little shower. They got the refreshing wipes. They got the
unscented.
They're scented. They're scented. They got.
You don't want to be scented when you get home. That's what I heard.
Yeah, they will clean you off. Yeah, because she don't know. Because all of a sudden, the rest of your body musty, but down there, smell like you just got out of a baby bath.
At 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Right. That's the only part of your body that's clean. That's the only part of your body that's clean. Everything else musty and dirty and sweaty and sticky, but that is pristine.
God.
Totally clean.
Smell like a freshly changed baby.
You got baby powder down there.
That is ridiculous.
Some baby oil, some coke. You can probably shine it up with some cocoa butter and finish it off with some Armor All. That thing's shining like
some turtle wax in that bag.
It's ridiculous that she has to do that, Gary. Not that they say it,
but it's ridiculous. But look what they do. He just told you what they do. So hell, you got to do something. This is what men do then.
And Rob, when you turtle wax, we leave it on there. We don't wipe it off till the next day.
Turtle wax.
You got to haze open dry.
Say what, Rob?
They got to haze open dry. And you pop that thing with that shoe shine rag.
Oh my God. The color of the day is ivory. On the high end, you say ivory. On the low end, just say light. Yeah. So if you gonna holler about why they do it, this is why the hell women got. Look what he just said there. Tell you what they do.
Listen,
so
you
can't
need to
trust
know
those.
who you marrying. Accept what God allows. If that's
what the
what
hell
you
with
married,
that?
But I'm not gonna be checking. If I decided to stay with you and you used to cheat and we together, I'm gonna forgive you and move on.
What?
Or not. But I'm not doing that. I'm not checking your underwear.
Well, I'm not gonna sit here and forgive you. You just sat there and put turtle wax and all that damn stuff. They
she trying to forgive him. She's pregnant.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it. She pregnant. She done got pregnant for his butt, and he going out cheating with other damn women, and she smelled him, and he waxing himself.
You done went and bought a newborn baby T-shirt and put on. You got it. You done got it wrapped up. You got a little baby bust in there. You done
got on a onesie.
Yeah, your thing got a little onesie, but it don't snap at it. You done cut the snaps off.
The Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's the front page news.
It's what's trending now.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome political analyst and host of the Straight Shot No Chaser podcast. Y'all give it up for Teslin Figueroa. Come on, y'all.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning.
I'm going to be honest, man. Ben Crump, my frat brother, sent me your clip, and I was like, we got to have her on. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
And it's an honor. Thank you so much for having me, to the entire family, and shout out to Attorney Crump. He's always out there pushing the line, working hard for us, and certainly appreciate his support.
Right. I'm going to go off the sheet, because I have a list of questions, but I'm going to go off the sheet. And because I saw the clip when you was talking about, police brutality, how when they, victimize black people, how they try to go, just like Trayvon Martin, try to go out and figure out what his high school record is and try to criminalize, black people. And all of a sudden, they come out with, they'll find a picture of Trayvon, with his, with the gold in and just try to make him look bad. And they start researching Breonna Taylor's, record to see if she have a criminal record to try to make them look bad. What was you explaining to Ben Crump about that and why? And then the second part of the question is, do you think, let me figure out how to properly propose it because I don't want to get kicked off the air. But go ahead, answer that first question for me.
Okay. Well, what we talked about the fear tactic. The fear tactic, Ricky, and this is kind of transition probably into the second thing you want to ask when it goes into voting. The fear tactic has always worked. It's always worked traditionally. We've seen it work with Republicans and Democrats. I typically try to keep my message nonpartisan. But the thing that we talk about with fear is fear has always worked. One of the things that Democrats are really getting wrong when we start talking moving people to the polls is really think about this, Ricky. Who is more afraid? Do you think Republicans are more afraid of losing power that they've always had? Or do you think that Democrats are more afraid of losing power that they never got? Let me break it down to you this way. If I've never had power, if I'm poor, if I'm middle class, if I've never had access to power, do you think I'm more afraid of losing something that I never had in the first place? Or is somebody who's always been superior, always been in power, more afraid? So what has happened is we have really, I really believe that we're getting this campaign message wrong. We're focusing on one, fear of Trump. Their fear factor is greater than ours. Two, we're focused on saying, well, do it because your ancestors did it. That's not enough to motivate. The only thing that's going to motivate people to get involved, to actually make police reform actually work. There's been over 100 cities, Ricky, that have changed police reform since the killing of George Floyd. A lot of folks don't know that because we have not made our message centralized to how it would affect them on the state level. One thing that Ben loves that I talk about is the main chick and the side chick. We all know that keeping the main chick, keeping the wife happy wife, happy life. We must keep the main thing. And your state level issues are the main issues that affect you in your everyday life. And the key to winning this election is making sure that you understand the main issues that will affect you the day after you move out, the day after you vote. And then we have to do something getting the swingers to the polls. When I told everybody I'm starting a swinger party, I said, what's going on? I knew that if I get folks on something freaky, maybe they'll pay attention. We're looking for all swing vote freaks. All swing vote freaks come to the front of the congregation so that we can start talking about how we going to swing. If your wife ain't happy, let's get a swing in a situation. What I mean by that is we need all swingers in all of these 8 states, swing vote states, Arizona, Florida, Georgia, Michigan, Minnesota, North Carolina, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, to be all hands on deck. Everybody knows somebody in Georgia, a homie, a lover, a friend, a stripper, a pastor, somebody you know in Georgia. If you can get people to the polls in Georgia to understand why they need to vote, example, in Georgia, I don't know if you guys know this because they put zero money behind this, there is an amendment on the Georgia statewide ballot that says when you vote on money, your taxes to go towards certain laws, it's actually supposed to go to that law. A lot of folks don't know that. You go in and you vote for things to happen, but then on the back end, they come in and put the money into something else. So just that one amendment alone, in Georgia, that one amendment alone should bring people to the polls. Or in Florida, another swing state, there's an amendment on the ballot right now that says that minimum wage will be raised to $15 in 2024. People don't even know that, Ricky. If they knew that, they would come to the polls. We have to get people to the polls to know there's 11 states that have police reform that will change right now the day after you walk out the polls. If we keep talking about over and over, got to get Trump back, everybody ain't scared of Trump, Ricky. Everybody's not. You may be disgusted by him. You can say he's racist. You can say whatever. All politicians lie. Trump is better at lying than your average politician. He's a hell of a message sender. And because he can motivate his base, because his base is coming out in droves without a mask, And because we are pushing absentee, just vote absentee, we are taking a major risk instead of saying, crawl over glass, wear a mask.
I swear.
There has to be a state of emergency with getting people to the polls, and they must understand how it affects them on the local level.
I think they're coming. I really think they're coming. I don't think a lot of black people trust the system and going to go out there and take a risk and vote because they are, people are just kind of gotten used to the coronavirus and just kind of out and about and simply wearing a mask and washing their hands. And I think people are coming, and I think you're going to see the folks that didn't show up in 2016. What do you think about that, Tesla?
I believe we're coming. The question is, are we pushing the message for them to come in the 8 swing states? How often do you hear that? They can come all day long in California. But if the swingers don't show up in the 8 swing states, it doesn't matter. People still don't understand the electoral process. So we all hands on deck. Those of us that have a microphone have to continue to understand strategy. This is why Republicans win time and time and time again. It's important to come in California. Don't get it twisted. There's I believe over 10 different amendments that are important with police reform in California. But if they're not coming in these 8 states, if we're not strategically penetrating in these 8 states, which by the way, all of these states have very low black populations, we need every single person to come. You look at Florida. They just passed the law for felons to have the right to vote. But then guess what they did? They ran off with the plug twice, like Ply said. They gave them they gave them the option to vote, and then they took it back and said, well, you know what, you got to pay your fines and you got a deadline before that must be paid in order for you to vote. Because they know that almost 50% of those felons in Florida, if they get an opportunity to vote, they will win. They know that 100,000 people made the difference between Hillary Clinton winning and not winning. And how do they remove those people? By running off with the plug like they did in Florida. I like to use hip hop in my vernacular, so people got to keep up. I go from Bishop Don Juan to Bishop Jakes to Plies.
Yes,
you just got to roll with it. Yeah.
Yes, you speak their language. You speak our language.
That's it. So that's the type of strategy, that we have to have, Ricky, or we're going to lose. And I blame Democrats for this. Not because I don't love Democrats, not because I know that they don't love my people, but they know this, Ricky. They know this. We cannot, if you get an absentee ballot, and I'll say this because I know our time is short, to push 100% absentee is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I did a remix the other day, The Dumb Girl, Run DMC. I know you remember that Brad Tat 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 on that ass. I just want to be able to say that right quick. But because I try to get people to understand, this campaign is the dumbest campaign I've ever seen. Why would you be pushing 100% voting on absentee? Number one, you're hoping you get the ballot on time. Number two, you're hoping that it makes it back to the post office. In North Carolina, a swing state, there were over 200,000 ballots that never got delivered undeliverable. I'm not even talking about fraud. I'm just talking about what if their address isn't updated. Then you're hoping it gets there back on time. You're hoping it's postmarked on time, and you're hoping that they count it, and you're hoping that there's no fraud, and there's no way you actually know if it's counted. It's not like you get a return receipt that say, hey, we counted your vote. This is why we must push going to the polls. If you can't go because you're disabled, you're sick, you're elderly, you need an absentee, that's cool. But everybody else should be going to the polls. This is where they're losing the race. And we can't just take for granted that everybody going. It's not enough. It has to be more strategic.
Hey, Taylor, real quick, give us your info, and I'm gonna have you back this week. Give us your info real quick, how we can reach you.
www.teslandfigaro.com. You can catch me on Straight Shot Don't Chase the podcast.
And y'all give it up for Tesland Figaro. All right, y'all, Rickey Smiley Morning Show, man. It is about that time. Jeff Johnson got 3 things you need to know. What up, Jeff?
I like y'all, am still on cloud 9 because I got a chance to see Gladys and this pretty amazing woman next to her, Patti LaBelle.
Yes.
You know what? If I didn't even watch it, I was excited just watching Brat watch it. It was like a cultural, spiritual retreat of just excellence, brilliance, mastery, sisterhood, and legacy. If you didn't see it, you got to see it. But the thing that got me, y'all, is you got a 77 and 76-year-old 77 and 76-year-old woman who look fantastic, who have taken care of their gift, who can still do it better than most people a fraction of their age, who look amazing doing it, and who do it with just a spirit of gratitude, that there were just so many messages within experiencing it that it was just beautiful. And so I needed to start off with something good because there's so much crazy stuff going on that I just was in awe of these sisters, their gifts, and their willingness to share it. The second thing I want to talk about is Andrew Gillum. Many of us know Andrew Gillum was a candidate for governor, lost by a small margin, and right before COVID, some really disturbing pictures came out of an incident with him in a hotel room. And yesterday with Tamron Hall, he announced that he was bisexual. And, you know, there were all kinds of comments that came out. I actually would have hoped that people didn't ask him about him running for office again versus just dealing with the situation as it is, because I think those are two separate questions, Rick. But I've known Andrew since he was a student at FAMU. And as a human and as a person, I hope that him making this announcement and living in this truth gives him a level of peace. And more importantly, I hope that he and his wife and his family and his children are able to navigate what their future is in a way that speaks especially to those babies' future. And so I love him and I'm praying for him. I think the political conversation is one for another time. But anytime we can just level up and operate in our truth, I think it's a beautiful thing. And so I just publicly want to say, Andrew, I love you. I appreciate you. I'm praying for you and your family. And I hope that you all are able to move forward with a level of strength, regardless of what you decide to do politically. Because you've served our folks in an amazing way heretofore. Last but not least, you all, September 15th is the, I don't want to say anniversary, but the commemoration of 4 little girls being bombed in a church in Birmingham, Alabama. And so not only do we remember those babies that were taken from us, Addie Mae Collins, Cynthia Wesley, Carol Robertson, and Carol Denise McNair, we got to remember, Rick, that bombing was about terrorizing us. And those Klan members that bombed that church did that to say, keep your behinds at home instead of going to the polls. Stop trying to fight for what you deserve. Understand that if you do that, we will destroy you. And those kind of terrorisms continue to happen. Whether it is many people trying to put blocks in our way from going to the polls, or whether it is police that utilize their position to terrorize us in our communities. As much as things have changed, so many things are the same. And so as we commemorate the community of Birmingham for what they did post that bombing and the lives of these 4 little girls, let us remember that the terrorism continues. And the more we are willing to keep our heads up, fight, be focused, and win, the more those terrorists, those domestic terrorists, those that are rooted in white supremacy, don't have room to believe that we will shrink because they think their terrorism is stronger than the call on our lives. Those are 3 things I got for you, Rick. Y'all can hit me at Just Nation on all social media.
Hey!
Get to the flow, make me a baby.
Hey! Kiki, hey, thank you for coming on this morning. Kiki, you got 3 things you're going to always see in the hood, Kiki. Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, baby daddy?
Hey, I'm doing good, baby mama.
Hey, Kiki.
What's up?
What's up, Kiki?
Hey, why you keep trying to talk to me? Like,
I just said, what's up? I said, good morning. I'm greeting you.
Kiki's supposed to be hitting you in the DM.
You always trying to holler.
He hit you in the DM.
Always trying to holler. What you want with me?
Nothing.
Stop pressing
Go
Kiki.
I'm turning my mic off. I ain't got nothing else to say.
Eva, tell him stop trying to holler.
I hear him trying to press you, girl. Morning.
Good morning, girl. Hey. Hey, girl. Hey. Where Brad at?
Here she go, girl. Here I go, girl. What, Kiki?
What's up, Brad?
What's up, Kiki? Man.
Ain't nothing to it. Ain't nothing.
Kiki.
Slow motion for me.
Kiki, me, Brett, Eva, Special K, Gary, we are all from the hood. You know, only somebody who mom and dad are still together is Rock T, so that's why we don't fool with him that much, because he think he's better than us.
Rock T Huxtable.
That's why he's so happy.
It ain't always
Hey,
been
Kiki,
that
you
way,
don't want to talk to no dude who mom and dad are still together?
Please, no. I need something toxic. I need something toxic. I need something toxic.
You can still make it out the hood, Kiki.
Yes, whatever. Anyway, let me do my little top three. Let me do my little top three.
Come on.
Okay. I'm going to give y'all the
things you're going to see in the hood.
Yes. Here we go. Number 3, you're going to see 100 doggone churches on every street in the hood. I mean, plenty, a plethora, a smorgasbord of churches. And I ain't talking about chicken either. I ain't talking about chicken. It's just a bunch of doggone churches.
And you know what? That is so true. And people come from all the way across town to go to a church. Nobody from the neighborhood go to the church in the neighborhood. Right. They leave that hood and go all the way across town to another hood to go to church. That's crazy.
Exactly. Number 2, it's always some old heads at the corner store playing checkers, dominoes, cornhole. It don't matter what they do. They always trying to holler at us. Oh my gosh, leave me alone. I'm trying to buy me some Jawbreakers, Chico sticks, some now laters, a hot sausage, and a grape soda. Can I do that in peace?
Right. And I'm disappointed that you did not shout out lemon heads and Boston baked beans.
Excuse them, Waboo. Sorry, Ricky. Living heads too.
Yeah, them jawbreakers, boy.
And then the candy lady house, they got the cool cups. We call them cool cups. Some people
cool
call them bebops. What y'all call them?
Lily dilly. We call them lily dilly.
What did y'all call them, Eva? What do y'all call the cool cups in Chicago, Brett?
The cool cups?
Yeah, the frozen Kool-Aid, the old lady said.
Icy cups?
Icy cups. What y'all call them in California, Eva?
Ice water.
Ice water?
Are you serious?
Yeah,
Gary,
ice
what
water,
did y'all
sugar
call them?
water.
What do y'all call them in this when they take the Kool-Aid and freeze it and sell it? What do y'all call them, Gary? And
we call them cool cups.
We call them cool cups in Alabama, bebops. All right, go ahead, Kiki.
Okay, thank you. Oh my God, y'all feel better. Anyway, number 1.
All right, baby.
That number 1 thing you're going to see in the hood is always a big dog in somebody's yard not tied up gonna try to chase you. And it's an old lady always talking about, down it, baby. He ain't gonna bite. Yes, he is. The dog barking. He done ate through the screen door. Get your dog. Get your dog. Get your dog. Get your dog, man.
Miss Gertrude. Miss Gertrude.
Dog too. He old. He an old dog. Get your dog.
Ivy Barger, Kiki.
Get your dog. The dog on dialysis. The dog is on dialysis.
Oh, Kiki.
Get your dialysis dog.
Kiki.
Get your dog.
Kiki.
What?
Kiki, please. Please stop.
I dropped my ponytail. My clip-on ponytail is still in their yard today.
Jesus, come get me. Take me to the cave.
Damn dog. Get your dog.
Baby Buggy.
Oh, yeah. I can't get it. Right there. That's the best part of that song.
Boy, that song gonna be in your head all day. And it goes a little something like this.
Hey, Brett.
Yo.
I'm about to play one of your favorite songs, man. Wait a minute. Y'all better come on with it, Johnny Gill. Stacey Lavin song. Right here, y'all. Where do we go? Brett, talk to me, Brett.
I ain't got nothing to say, for this one. This song was everything. This was the duet of the century when this thing was out. Oh my God, they both can just sing. They took you to sexy church, but it was really meaningful.
Right.
Oh Lord. Real music, Ricky.
Eva, do you remember this?
This is a Saturday morning wake up and clean up the house song. When this song is on, you can smell either bleach or ammonia. This means your mama cleaning up something, don't talk too much, and get to help.
Gary.
Iron or anything.
I love Stacey Louder song and I love Johnny Gill, but this is a song that just really has you in love. It makes you cry, honey. It's a very much so a tearjerker because just from the lyrics, I gotta look at the lyrics when we play this song. And they say, where do we go from here, my love? Do we walk away or do we keep on trying?
Yeah.
After the feeling's gone.
Come on, Gary.
My love. Oh my God, that stanza of words just really. I mean, it's a tearjerker.
Come on, Google.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know it's Google.
And then they say, now there was a time when I thought I knew you well, but we were young and satisfied. Now I don't know, girl, or how to cool my body. Shall we take a chance and patch it up, or just leave it forever red?
Golly.
My Lord. That is beautiful, honey.
Let me tell you something. Hey, Brad, so Roxy, you know running back Joe Cribb used to play running back for Auburn. Then he played, had this long career at the Buffalo Bills, so he became a promoter when I first started doing comedy. And so he used to put on these talent shows that gave me my first opportunity at the Alabama Theater. So it's this guy named Terry and this girl named Niecy. They still live in Birmingham. They came on stage and sung that song, and that's who I lost the talent show to, because I came in second place. But that was the best second place because the way they tore that song up. If I can just, Terry and Niecy, if you out there, if anybody know Terry and Niecy, tell them to please come and sing that at karaoke this coming Tuesday. I will pay them. I have them picked up, flowers in the dress. Listen, she can still sing and he can still sing. They tore that song up. I'm going to have that instrumental ready. Brett, you should have seen it. That's when I became a fan of the song. When I saw them performing, I said, well, who's saying that? Somebody said, that's Johnny Gill and Stacey Louder song.
Ooh, I can't wait to see it.
That's a talent show killer right there.
Oh, my God. If anybody sing that, and if you hear Terry and Niecy singing, that is the closest you're going to ever get to Johnny Gill and Stacey Louder song, because Niecy can sing. I think she does here in Birmingham. And Terry sounds just like Johnny Gill. Ooh. And when he got to that little part, we take a chance and patch it up. Boy, that Negro went James. He went James Cleveland on him. And I remember the whole Alabama Theater, everybody just got on their feet. You would have thought somebody was fighting. I said, what happened? Man, that dude hit them notes, man. Y'all tell Terry and Niecy, come on out, and we're going to put this on we're going to put this on Facebook Live. Awesome song. Can we add this to the playlist? Can we play this again? I feel great.
Okay.
Right, I feel great.
Me too. Hey.
You know what, Gary? Why she be coming on here trying to read like she can read better than everybody else?
Well, it's from California, and we're from the South. The California people just articulate their words, and we kind of have heavy tongues. That's what they say. We have heavy tongues in the South. So,
Gary, she read that damn Joe Biden commercial. She tired of Donald Trump.
Okay. And baby, Miss Eva did like the white girls do. How much you pay me for that read again? Oh, okay, girl. Let me articulate it.
Gary,
nobody mad but the devil.
Gary, she done set up in her chair straight, her posture and stuff all straight. She set up there and read for that damn commercial. She
didn't want to make the same mistake Special K did, so she said, let me get mine out correct.
Let me just say this, Gary.
What happened to Special? Hey, y'all, everybody that's listening to the radio right now, we just going to take a... I need everybody to just pause for a moment of silence. I'll tell you what happened in a second on the other side.
Every tongue which rises against you.
We pause it for silence, Special K.
Everybody pause it for silence. Everybody just take a moment of silence, and I'll tell you why in a minute.
This is the heritage of
hold on. Okay, what happened this morning? Special K came on here and did a top 5 something, and it was terrible.
No weapon formed.
3 minutes. Kathy Hughes and Alfred Liggins, the stuff that they went through to build these radio stations, all the wonderful people that have went through what they went through to have these radio stations, and for you to waste 3 minutes of precious airtime.
And every tongue which rises against you in judgment, you shall
September
condemn.
the 15th, we're going to do a memorial every year. The worst radio
This
bit
is the heritage
ever.
of the servants
And
of
we
the Lord.
even sitting there trying to give him courtesy laughs.
And the
Like,
righteous.
I support.
Can we replay it, Rick?
Do we have it? Super Dave, do we have it?
Ricky, well, especially
We don't
when he
have it
put
right
me
now?
through, Ricky. When he put me through, it makes me
All
want to
of
watch
us.
your show with Ray J. I'm
And what, Gary?
well, especially when he put me through, it made me want to go watch the Rickey Smiley show with you and Ray J. So
You know what? You're not going to change the narrative, because that's not what we're talking about. Don't change the narrative. Don't do that.
Okay.
Let Special K have his moment.
Okay, yeah, that was a mess.
That's why we did it. That's why we did it at 5 a.m. because we knew half of the listeners were asleep.
Yes, baby. Prediction, honey. Prediction.
You would never hear that at the top of the hour.
It was very courageous.
417.
Listen to Eva.
417. No weapon.
She
That's
said
all.
it was courageous.
Eva, it was what?
It was very courageous.
Unplug
It
your
was not
microphone and go back to
proven,
bed.
but he did it anyway.
That's all.
He did. He did.
Confidence,
Lord said, if you take one step, I'll take two. But I don't know if Jesus stepped up on this one.
No.
'Cause that was horrible.
417.
This segment's been.
I know who is my savior, my
On
redeemer.
the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
Not that story.
I'm a
This segment's been brought to you by Toyota. Toyota, the day to check out the new stylish new Toyota and get a new deal. That's right, get a great deal. Save on Camry, RAV4, Highlander, and more at the Toyota The Day event. Toyota, let's go places. What up, people?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everyone. What an amazing Tuesday. I'm your girl, Eva Marcel, here with a look at your front page news. So we have wildfires on the West Coast. We have hurricanes on the Gulf Coast. Hurricane Sally will slowly make landfall today or tomorrow near the Alabama-Mississippi state line. Forecasters are warning of potentially deadly storm surges, flash flooding, and possible tornadoes stretching from Florida Panhandle to parts of Louisiana. Now, many scientists explain that climate change has increased the frequency and severity of wildfires and hurricanes, but President Trump was in California yesterday where he continued to dismiss those facts. Also, a federal appeals court upheld a Trump policy that could lead to the deportation of about 400,000 immigrants who originally came to the U.S. under emergency circumstances like earthquakes or civil wars. And an unprecedented amount of people are expected to vote by mail this year due to the pandemic. But a New York Times study confirmed that on-time mail delivery slowed down significantly after Postmaster General, a known Trump supporter, made operational and budget changes at the beginning of the summer. Now, in other news, YouTube has come up with its own version of TikTok. That's right. The new 15-second video sharing app is called YouTube Shorts, and it's still in the testing phase. And finally, we'd like to honor the life and the legacy of social psychologist James S. Jackson. His research in the 1980s, called the National Survey of Black Americans, changed the entire way Black life was studied here in the U.S. Prior to 1980, all research on mental and social health of Blacks were based on the comparison of white people. Jackson passed away from pancreatic cancer earlier this month at the tender age of 76. All right, that's what's going on in news. Rock teasy, faux cheesy. Let's take a look at sports.
Alrighty, man, let's get ready. Game 7 tonight, NBA playoffs, Denver Nuggets and the Clippers. It's going down, 8 o'clock Central, 9 Eastern, man. I'm going to be tuned in for that. Last night, Monday Night Football, we had a doubleheader. Pittsburgh beat the Giants, Tennessee over Denver. Still no fans in the stands, but we're going to keep the season trucking right along. The NFL safety, Eric Reed, is calling the NFL social justice campaign this season half-hearted at best. He called it diabolical, pretty much a disgraceful PR stunt. Commissioner Roger Goodell has admitted he was wrong for not listening to the players earlier, but still, Colin Kaepernick has not received an apology from the commissioner, has not received a phone call from the NFL to him directly. He feels all this is a PR stunt, and Colin Kaepernick, keep in mind, is still unsigned on nobody's roster. Last but not least, man, the NFL is warning all NFL coaches, demanding them to wear their masks properly during games or they could face punishment due to the coronavirus pandemic.
Drop it like it's hot. Drop it like it's hot.
You can catch me at the hot spot. It's the BR18.
I think Rock T got a trap door.
Man, I was almost finished.
Boy, I wish that would have happened to Special K read his thing this morning.
Yes, baby.
Boy, that internet at your house ain't nothing.
That
was a whole trap door. It be something like you be reading it and then a trap door and then you just go down a dark tunnel into hell.
Man.
Boy, that thing with boy, we just need that to happen with Special KB.
Finished too.
And what was the last part? Rock?
Something about pandemic.
I'm just saying, and Colin Kaepernick still is unsigned. There it is.
That was David Goodell pulled that one on you. He said, you will not. You will not. All right, this time for the hot spot. What you got, Brett?
Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, everybody. I'm your girl, Brett Tat. This is the hot spot where we get you music, movies, and more. So let's get off into this thing real quick. So a source has revealed that Meg Thee Stallion found out that her best friend Kelsey was sleeping with Tory Lanez shortly before the shooting back in July. I'm so tired of talking about this, but here we go. Every insider to this situation knows it was an incident, not intentional. Megan wasn't directly hit with a bullet. It was shards of a bullet, fragments from one shot that ricocheted. So the so-called source said it wasn't Tory and Megan arguing in the car. It was Megan and Kelsey arguing because they found out that night that they were both sleeping with Tory when Megan got jealous over Kylie at the party, and that's why they were no longer friends and had the big falling out. They almost came to blows in the car because everybody was absolutely drunk. It was a big mess. Now, supposedly Megan is refusing to testify, and it's making stuff difficult for the case, and they saying the reason she won't probably is because she don't want all this other stuff to come out about her, something about her beating up her ex-boyfriend and what really happened at the house, and she just don't want to be put on the stand because don't nobody want to be known as a snitch testifying. It's a difficult situation, so I'm sure she's going through a bunch of different things, but I just want to tell y'all that story. Our time running out. Coming up next, we got Talking Out Tuesday with your Netta Spring and the praise mixed down with the White Stone. The time now is 25 minutes before the top of the hour. It's the Rickey Smiley Morning Show.
It's Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Netta Spring.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is Talk It Out Tuesday with licensed professional counselor Netta Spring. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Ricky. Good morning, y'all.
Hey, happy to have you this morning. Listen, man. Hey, listen. Now, you say it's good that we have been encouraging people to seek therapy, but we need to address the pain and disappointment that can occur when other people are not supporting, your healing process. Explain that, and what do you mean by that?
Yeah, okay. So what I wanted to talk about is what happens when you start to outgrow your relationships in therapy, So what I find is happening is that, my clients are taking this big step to start therapy. They're learning more about themselves. They're growing in their awareness. They're developing coping skills. Their anxiety and their depression is kind of getting under control. But then they realize that their tolerance levels are changing. Right? Which means that they're starting to identify that they don't really like the people that they're in a relationship with too much anymore. And this can be any relationship. This can be romantic relationships or their working relationships. So as they begin to become more aware and start to use their voices a little more, then they're recognizing some issues within their relationship. So I wanted to kind of speak to those people because it happens so often, and I don't want them to necessarily get derailed in their process of healing because of this, right? So have you guys had that happen where you start to change and grow and then you have your relationships kind of feel off?
Absolutely.
As a result?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So it's so common. So one thing that I wanted to let these people know is to remember your why. Okay. So remember why you started therapy in the first place, because it can be really easy to fall back into old patterns once you experience some resistance, right? So identify, what did you want to get out of therapy?
How did you want to feel? What did you want to change? And if you are still in that process, then it's important to stay in that process until you get what you came for. Okay, so don't leave too soon, before you get that. The second thing is to don't take it personal, right? So I know that's something that's easier said than done, but when we experience challenges in our relationships, we can take other people's reactions personal, right? We can consider their unwillingness to support us as a personal attack. And yes, I understand that it hurts, but everybody has the power of choice. So we can't take other people's power while we're trying to find ours. All right? Right. So I'll say that again. We cannot take other people's power while we're trying to find ours. So just the same way we have free will, they have that as well. Okay. And know that their issues may be more of their internal struggles than it is about you, The next one is to communicate what's changing and be clear on your future desires. So sometimes when we start shifting and moving things in our lives, we expect others to flow with us without getting consent. But if you've been showing up a certain way for years and then you automatically stop, it's natural and normal for you to experience some pushback, or for your relationship, the people you're in relationship with, to be like, hey, what's up? Where you at? What's going on? So it's really important to be clear of, I know I've shown up for you this way for years, but I'm no longer willing to show up for you that way. And this is how I'm planning to show up in the future. Just so it's clear. And then you give people the opportunity to get on board with you if they want to. And the last thing is to know that it is okay to grow, and it's also okay to let go, right? So if you feel like the people that you're connected with, if you feel like the people you're connected with have that potential to grow with you, then by all means give them that opportunity. But if they are unwilling to grow with you and establish a healthy relationship, then it is okay to let them go, and know that if relationships are dysfunctional, if they're toxic, if they don't align with the person that you are becoming, then you gotta let it go. You gotta let it go.
Ooh, that's Brad, Eva, Gary, and Rock T for me. Toxic. Evil.
Especially Gary. You can't go with you.
Especially Gary. That damn Gary, Eva, Brad, and Rock T. But thank you, Cal. You sound like Bishop Joseph Walker this morning on here. You must go to Mount Zion or something. I promise you about that. Are you serious? Yeah, boy, you motivated me this morning.
Sometimes things fall apart so that you can build something better. And it may be with that person or it may be with somebody else. But don't be afraid to let things fall apart if they're not healthy. Because
but if you need your check, though, honey, sometimes you got to stay.
Know your worth, Gary.
Okay.
That was a real good word. The counseling, that was a word. That was a whole word. So if anybody want to reach you, Counselor Spring, how can you be reached?
Yeah, so you can follow me on social media at Springforth Counseling. Check out my YouTube page, Unetta Spring. And if you want to join my mailing list, text the word spring to 55444. That's spring to 55444.
Yeah, thank you so much. That really helped me out. All these models and rappers and people pouring tea and sports folks, internet don't work and stuff. I've been going through it. Thank you so much for that.
You are very welcome. Love y'all.
You're the comedians, honey, girl.
Say what, Gary?
Damn comedians, Lord Jesus. I'm sure the rappers and the models be like, girl, the comedians just stay in they damn jolly box.
Y'all give it up for Counselor Unetta Spring. More Rickey Smiley Morning Show coming up.